Well, we know you're here and you're logged on, so why don't we get started? We'll call the Committee on Land and Water meeting to order. Oh, the meeting properly noticed?
Yes, it was.
All right, let's please stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call.
Dave Gabarski's excused, Mary Lou Paylor's excused, and I'm assuming John will be coming in shortly.
Sounds good.
Other members are here.
Yeah, just for everybody's purposes, we have a quorum. If anybody happens to leave, let me know, and then we can't vote on anything, but we're here to get some business done. And even if we don't end up with an official quorum to vote, we can still go through the reports, so. All right, looking to approve the agenda. So moved by
Second. Supervisor
Churko, seconded by Barb Morgan. Any questions, comments, discussions? Seeing none, the agenda is approved. Also approve the minutes from the June 4th meeting. Any changes? Well, actually, let's take a motion for approval, I suppose. So moved by Supervisor Churko. I keep wanting to say representative. That's the wrong building, though. Supervisor Churko, seconded by Barb Morgan. Any discussion on the minutes? Seeing on the minutes are also approved. Let me get back to my agenda. I pushed the wrong button there. There we go. All right, any public participation?
I have none.
Seeing none, move on to any correspondence, probably the same. Items for action and discussion, University of Wisconsin Extension, we have nothing there for discussion or action, so let's move on to reports. Extension, Area Extension Director reports.
Good afternoon. I'm glad to be here today. Our educators have been working hard this summer, as you will note in their educator reports that are attached to the agenda. And at this time, I don't have anything else new or different to report other than status quo. We're working on budget plans as we look for that time of year coming up soon.
It is for everybody. It's getting to that time pretty quick. All right, Supervisor. Hold on a second. Let me push my right button before I call on you, Supervisor Podlowski.
It's Pozdolski. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
What did I say?
It's Pozdolski.
I said pod, didn't I? P-O-D. Okay, Pozdolski. I apologize.
No worries. It's that Z.
What can I do for you?
So I'm looking at the educator's report. And if we could pull that up, please. I'm just gonna make a quick comment on this is all. Really looking for a lot of feedback, but we look at the health and well-being in the educator's report
Okay.
here, please.
Working on it. All right.
If we could go to the health and well-being portion of this, please. Just a quick comment I'd like to make. I did make a comment last meeting regarding this. I object to the, if we could just get to the
bottom, probably.
yeah.
One more page.
Okay, it's the health and well-being portion right here. There's a lot of language in here that's mental health related. As a former member of Health and Human Services, I believe this would be a more appropriate topic within Health and Human Services. I don't believe it's appropriate in a Land and Water Committee.
So we're not just the Land and Water Committee. We're also the Extension Committee. So we have Land, Water, and UW Extension. So this is the UW Extension report. So it's
Yeah.
good to be here.
I get that, but there's a little bit of, I hear a lot of feedback. Citizens, they feel that some of these topics are being forced on us, this in every way. We got mental health programs, and believe me, I'm a major advocate for mental health, but I think this would be more appropriate in Health and Human Services where I believe they need all the help they can get, especially when it comes to mental health programs. So
That'd be great for you to bring up during budget discussions, but we're here just to look at these reports today and ask any questions about the reports, not to approve or object to them.
I'm
So
making a
I get
comment.
that. I
I,
get that.
I mean,
I hear what you're
think it's
saying.
appropriate. So thanks, Mr. Chair.
Understood. Any other questions on the project status report, educators report, or the financial reports from Extension? Seeing none, we'll move on to the next item. Item for action or discussion, Lake District, appointment for Easton Lake District. David Grabarski looks like he's been requested to be appointed by the Easton Lake District. Motion to approve the appointment of David Grabarski to the Lake District for Easton Lake. Supervisor Churko, seconded by Barb Morgan. Any discussion on the appointment? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed signify by saying nay. Seeing none, the appointment is approved. Moving on to reports for land and water. Any questions or comments on the project status report or the staff report? Dusty, anything you want to go over in particular in either one of those for us to know? Good, okay. Lake Alliance reports. Mary Lou's not here right now, so we will take that report under advisement and you can read it as at your leisure. Ag report, Barb Morgan. You have anything for us today, Barb?
There's nothing.
Perfect. Supervisor Pozdolski. There we go. I got it right this time.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
No problem.
So I think I brought this up the last meeting too. I noticed Patrick's Lake wasn't on this Lakes Alliance report. There's citizens wondering too why Patrick's Lake isn't a part of this. I don't know if we could get a little more clarification on that, please. I think we should look at adding Patrick's Lake to this. There's a lot of things that need to be improved at Patrick's Lake. I did request
Oh,
You know,
okay, yeah, sure.
sand be put on the beach there. That probably hasn't been done in 20 years there. Make it more attractive, more appealing for people to come and enjoy it there. It's a beautiful, beautiful lake. These are things that could be addressed. I know that the fish, there's an imbalance in the fish population that was brought up by citizens and fishermen. So I really think that we need to consider putting Patrick's Lake, on some kind of list or some kind of maintenance list, because I think it's been neglected.
I'm glad to hear those comments. We got a budget process starting soon. It's good for us to understand those budgetary needs we might have, so we can work with the finance director to get some of those things added to our budget process. So it's a
Yeah.
good thing to talk to him about.
Okay, and
I
brought
also
up,
know that Bill Pegler's online. I remember when I first started this committee last session, maybe it's something we should revisit again, Dusty, is maybe taking a tour of some of the land and water hotspots again, just for new members, just to get out, because Bill Pegler showed us a lot about Patrick's Lake last session, I guess we want to call it, last term. Maybe something we can organize again, but I know Bill's very involved.
Yeah,
So
and then there
he's
was-
probably there.
there was concerns about Patrick's Lake not being tested for E. coli too. So we were talking about that in the last meeting. Did we come up with some kind of budget to do that, Dustin? We talked about it.
At this time, the budget process isn't for a while yet. The short answer is no. I didn't, even when we talked about it last month, I didn't foresee it being able to happen this year anyway. We have to go through the budget process.
So how can we get that started? I guess if you could just please familiarize us, just to get the ball rolling, if you will, Dustin.
I
And
guess
then
the-
also with the sand, I know I'd asked about that. What could we do? Just get the ball
let's,
rolling for that.
Let's maybe you and Dusty connect offline here a little bit during the next upcoming week or so. and
Well,
kind of figure
I
out-
just like to do this in meeting. I really,
I
with
understand,
all due
Josh,
respect, everybody, I like to do stuff
but
in
we
public meeting,
I-
in front of people.
I
You
get
know,
it.
We're
Let's add-
handling tax dollars, so.
add it as an agenda item
Okay.
to a meeting. That's all you have to
Okay, 'cause
request of the chair, just
Yeah.
requested to be an agenda item for next month's meeting. We can have a
Okay.
discussion in particular on any issue then, but right now we're just going through the Lake Alliance report.
And I might point out, I did request that to be put on this agenda at the last meeting.
Okay,
the
that's
sand,
something
so
that's something
I-
you and the regular chair can iron out.
Yeah,
So
I
we'll-
mean,
we'll get you
if we
there.
could work together a little more, I'd appreciate it, because I I sense a lack of working. I mean, I want to work with people.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been reciprocating. And I don't want to just say this committee, it seems to be,
No, I understand. I feel those frustrations coming from
Yeah,
you
so
either
we
at county
need-
board or at committee meetings, but I also want to help you understand that when we have agenda items, we've got to stick to the agenda items.
Right.
And if you
I-
have issues getting something added to an agenda, feel free to let me know or some
Sure.
other members know. We can
Okay.
also try to make the same request in case you feel like you're being slighted at all. Happy
Yeah, I mean,
happy to help get that added as an agenda. item.
yeah, I mean, I brought this up and I thought it was clear. So I just,
I get you. I hear you.
okay, so if you just please put it on the next agenda, appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josh.
Mr. Chair,
Let's see.
there's somebody that's from Mr. Chair.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kyle.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Mr.
Go ahead.
Chair.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep,
Sorry.
I just want to point out the sand at Patrick's Lake, that's county park property, so it would fall under the property committee.
Okay, fair enough. It's something we can dive into a little bit too, so. All right, let's move on. We're past Lake Alliance, past the ag report, on to DATCAP's reports. Any questions from the DATCAP report? It's one of those things that is advisory, just kind of gives you an idea what Department of Ag, Trade and Consumer Protection are up to. Not a whole lot new this last couple of weeks here. Obviously, it's time for some of those committees or some of those agencies to implement some of the things that the legislature and the governor put into place. So they're starting to put together the nitrogen optimization program and some other things. But any questions with that, feel free to reach out to DATCAP. Any questions on the financial reports from Land and Water? Yes, Supervisor Pozdolski.
One more thing I brought up in the last meeting, stocking fish at Patrick's Lake, and we were looking at, the budget for that. So that's something I'd like to maybe put on the next agenda, and we could look at some kind of budget. It's been brought to my attention that the fish population is out of balance. They got a lot of little fish, we need.
I think I remember when we talked about fish stocking, that was a DNR responsibility, but we can maybe get a Patrick's Lake agenda item and maybe just discuss things surrounding Patrick's Lake and maybe talk about it, but just generally
Bring it through here,
DNR's responsibility, but that's something we can take to DNR to talk about more.
get the ball rolling. I'd
Yeah.
be happy to get that going. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Understood, not a problem. Let us set the next meeting date. Do we have a typical meeting date?
Could be. The only problem is it's after. We could do it the 8th.
How's the 8th look for folks?
It's usually the 3rd, right? The 3rd.
First Tuesday usually, but we just had an issue this month, but
So the 6th. Okay.
I'm not here.
John's
okay,
up
we
there.
got 2 that aren't on the 6th. Let's push it
13th,
out a
how
little
about
bit then.
13th?
13th, yeah.
That's election day.
Okay,
You're not busy that day, come on. Let's maybe,
About the
15th
8th.
or, I'm out all that week.
Oh, okay.
okay,
15th. 15th,
How does 15th work?
Board of
15th.
Canvas for our office.
Is it?
We could do it possibly the 12th.
anybody have any objections? August 12th, calendar's looking all right for the 12th.
I won't be here.
12th is a Monday.
I'm not back till the 13th.
Hold on, we're not set
One
on the date
second.
yet.
UW Extension, you're only here what day?
Wow, you could be a politician. That's pretty good. I know a couple openings, so, yeah.
Or the 6th? Or you're not
John
here that
Can't
whole
the
week.
6th. Let's see, so. I guess we're stuck for the 20th is probably the best bet is 20th. Next best option. 20th, anybody object to?
County board, before county board,
We
but
do it right before county board.
that's fine. with
Do
me.
it a little bit later, maybe a 4:30 and just roll into county board.
Does that work for staff?
Oh yeah, I suppose staff, yeah, right.
Or 3:30?
I'd hate to do 3:30 and sit here till 6. That just tells people we gotta talk longer. 4, staff? I don't know, hold on, we gotta make sure it's okay with staff. I don't wanna keep them extra long either. Think 4-ish is okay for staff? 4:30 even okay? Pushing it? Yeah, right.
And she doesn't come, but Linda comes.
Let's aim for that, just so we can get in and out, just be around for county board, says sitting around for an hour or two in between.
4:30?
4:30, August 20th. Go. True, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it gets close and we really don't have an action item, then we just say we're not gonna do it, so,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Well, it would be an action item that would go on the next agenda.
Right. all right, I think we're set for August 20th. Let's do 4:30, August 20th. And if there's nothing else for the good of the order, the meeting is adjourned.